Hey guys, and welcome to the Wolverhampton Wanderers against Manchester City preview, and this vlog is brought to you in association with Pro Drift Drifting Academy based over in Birmingham, the #1 outdoor activity on TripAdvisor, and I will put a link to my drifting experience vlog in the cards and in the comments below, along with their website. Go check that out because it is a fantastic experience. On to the game and on to the preview. Here we go. The champions last year of the championship, newly promoted Wolverhampton Wanderers, our team against the runaway champions of the Premier League last year and widely regarded as one of the best teams in the world, Manchester City. Pep Guardiola's Manchester City against Nuno's boys. Obviously it's an exciting game. Wolves, we haven't had exactly the start, maybe deserved. I mean, the draw against Everton was probably a fair result. If you look at my Leicester vlogs, the general consensus, we played quite well and were very unlucky with hitting the post and the deflected goals and the own goal, and we ended up losing. So we're on 1 point out of 6. Manchester City already top of the table, hammered Huddersfield in the previous game. And they're sitting pretty at top, and they head to Molineux. So we're going to talk about the game, team news, my prediction for the team, match stacks, interesting facts, also the latest news on Wolves. And right at the end of the video, there's a design agency that's done a version of the Wolves logo, and I'll just bang it up there for you to see what you think of that. I know what I think about it, but let's see what you think about it. So let's start off with the team news for the weekend. So Matt Doherty, obviously he got injured. There's been rumours around, some people have said he should be dropped. My personal view is that he shouldn't be dropped. Yeah, he was one of our most consistent performers last year, and yeah, he didn't have the greatest game at the weekend, but I think he should be given the opportunity, and he's quite reliable. And I think especially in a game where we're going to have to be very astute and look on the break, I think Matt's going to be the man, and I think he will come good for us this season. We've got to keep the faith in him. Winger Adam Traore came on for the second half against Leicester, and apparently had more dribbles in that half than anyone else in the Premier League that weekend, even if they played a full 90 minutes, and that bodes well. I would not be surprised personally, and I would expect that he will come into the side to start. He may not play the whole game, he may do a 60 minutes because obviously he's coming back from injury himself, but he will be a lightning threat on the break for Wolves, and I probably think Costa will be the one that'll be dropped. I do expect that probably Costa will come on late on in the game if we need him to, but I expect Adam Traore that will start, and that's the only change that I expect for that game. Dendoncker, maybe he will be in the squad. I'm not sure that he will start. I would probably think he's more likely to start the game against Sheffield Wednesday in the Carabao Cup, because again he's coming back to match fitness, but he may be on the bench. We'll see on the team news. Manchester City fielded a 3-5-2 system last week, obviously using Bernardo Silva as a wing back, and they must decide whether to deploy that system again. The backup goalkeeper Claudio Bravo is set for a lengthy absence after tearing his Achilles tendon. And in response, City have recalled Montenegro Aro Muric, who's 19, from a loan spell at NAC Brada. So either Muric or 20-year-old Daniel Grimshaw will probably be the substitutes bench for them for the keeper. In terms of match facts, Wolves' first ever Premier League win came against Manchester City in October 2003, courtesy of a Colin Cameron header at Molineux. Head-to-head wise stats, in fact, Wolves have won 46 times against Manchester City. Manchester City have won 47 and they've drawn the rest. So there's only one win difference between the two sides. Drew last year 0-0 in the Carabao Cup, as you probably remember. Wolves being the first team to actually shut Manchester City out. And Wolves had about 4 one-on-one opportunities, which they was unable to take, and eventually went out on penalties. So in terms of stats, Wolves, this is one of these useless stats which we keep bringing up, but I'll just mention it. Wolves could go a club record of 17 consecutive games without a win if they lose or draw at the weekend, which is obviously, according to the bookies, the odds-on thing. Last Premier League win came against QPR in 2012, but obviously that's years ago, but it's still a stat. Wolves have obviously only lost 2 games at home last season. So how do you feel about the match the weekend? What do you think the starting lineup should be? Do you think there should be any changes? What do you think the score will be? Do you think Wolves can win? We can get a draw? Do you think we can get the victory? Or do you think we're going to get absolutely tanked? Leave your thoughts on both the side, the lineup and the score predictions below in the comments. If you're not really sure what to say, just say the word magic. In other news, the whole of the Wolves squad, including Nuno and the backroom team, have been to the Lighthouse Cinema today in Wolverhampton to see a movie. A wolf that's separated from its pack and a young man that's separated from his tribe, and they form an unlikely friendship. That's been watched by the squad. Interestingly, the movie is a Paramount Pictures movie, but it's also been produced by Studio 8, which is owned by the Fosun Group, and I think it's probably an uplifting type of film against the odds, and maybe that will help the team against the odds this weekend against Man City. And talking about the Man City game for the weekend, there's been another absolutely wonderful programme design that's been done by Louise, the artist, that's been commissioned by Wolves to do all the programme covers, and it's got Nuno and also Pep Guardiola on the cover. Just put a little sample of it there. You'll be able to get the programme at the match at the weekend, and if you can't get the match, I do believe you can order online through Wolves as well, and get all the programmes delivered to you wherever you are in the world. And finally, there was this creative company, I forget the name, I saw it on Twitter, that have basically done this new logo for Wolves just for a bit of fun. I'll just put that up. What do you think about that as a logo? Do you like it? Do you love it? I've got my views on it, but I don't want to influence you. But yeah, if you've got any thoughts on that, if you love it, just say. If you don't, say as well. But obviously also do not forget to leave your thoughts on the game below. How excited are you? Can we do it? I believe we can, because we are Wolves, and when the chips are down, the pack comes together, and Molineux will rise at 1 at the weekend, and I'm sure the boys are going to put on a good performance, and let's hope we get the result. Fingers crossed. Come on, Wolves.